Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wheeland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play show where we play all the great games besides Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, the great game we are playing is Cyberpunk Red from our Talsorian Games. And this is the third part of our story called Sunnaku Blues. If you haven't already, please be sure to check out the first part and the second part from wherever you experience this particular show, whether it's through a podcast or through our VOD on our YouTube page. But if you don't want to go back and do that right now, the short version is the classic rocker boy, Jack Pulse, has scored a gig at a tiki country western bar called Alamo Slow, and to get the word out for the show, he and the other punks have been doing various activities throughout the city, and they have been roped into a drag race in the Night City docks called Walk the Plank, where the racers must speed as fast as they can to win the race, but then also hit the brakes and stay in control to avoid going over the edge into the water. Boost McCoy and STUX have volunteered to race for their team, and on the other team is the Velvet Valkyries booster gang, who include CC and Flipper, that have a bit of a history with the punks. So we begin our story here with the classic sort of pan across the drag racers as they're ready to go. CC and Flipper have their helmets on, and they are astride their motorcycles and revving the engine. So Boost, if you would be so kind as to describe what the Rhinestone Firefly looks like.
The Rhinestone Firefly is kind of a mix between an El Camino and a Subaru Outback.
So a Baja.
Yeah. Yeah, you go with Baja. I forgot a Baja existed.
But like a cyber Baja.
But like futuristic.
But like a longer bed.
Yeah, yeah. And it's got an internal communication center with a bunch of weird shit. It's got a grill on the front for ramming shit, and it's basically a nice.
So is it more
vehicle.
like gadget car, or is it more like Mad Max car?
I'm thinking more like Mad Max car.
Okay. What color is it?
I think at one time it was black, but between the sun and never getting it repainted and hitting things, it's probably a dull gray mixed with spots of silver.
Purple.
Okay. Yeah, kind of a gray purple.
It's a blue toned gray purple now.
Yep. That nice weird fade.
In chips in a grid-like fashion to really help with the rhinestone part of
it. Yeah, what makes it the Rhinestone Firefly? What is the detail that
I think there's basically a rivet edging.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not like a painting of Dolly Parton across the side.
Riding a unicorn.
No. Your head, you installed foot ornament, and it's a firefly.
But it's shiny.
Yeah, but it's been like blinged out with cubic zirconia, or whatever. How do you say CZ?
That sounds pretty good.
So here's how we're gonna do this sequence. Now, there are each of the cars have stats, and there's they're like chase rules. I don't think that that's necessarily going to be the fit here. The way that I want to do this is there is a base difficulty of 10.
All right.
For every 5 that you go past that, and you want to call these difficulties ahead of time.
Okay.
For every 5 that you go past that, so if you want to set it at a 15 or a 20, that's going to give you a higher rating of speed. And you're going to want to, and whoever has the highest rating of speed after 3 rolls is going to be the person who crosses the finish line first. But then you need to reduce that speed to 0 within the next 3 rounds. Otherwise, actually the next 2 rounds. Otherwise, then you go over. And
Okay.
if you miss a roll, that is what's going to come out of your SDP, which is kind of the hit points of your vehicle, because it's assuming that you're grinding gears and swerving and like smashing into stuff to lower your speed.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Can I sort of hack their cars?
Nice.
No.
Oh.
Had to ask.
Sadly, the time of the red isn't really a time for combat hacking.
Right.
And that, while that is a common cyberpunk trope, that's not necessarily a common cyberpunk red trope. So
That's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to know if that was an option or not. I'm not like,
that's okay.
I'm not gonna cry.
Maybe you
All
could
right.
turn on their AC.
Yeah.
So
Turn on the
I think,
wipers. Haha.
Yeah.
so they're both going to I'm going to have them roll first, and then that will kind of let you.
Before they go out, Winger needs to talk to STUX.
Okay. So
I think basically like Winger just pulls STUX aside real quick before she like gets on the bike, and she's like,
Winger, I'm gonna be fine. I can do this.
Don't go into that water. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I can't. Listen, I'm an excellent swimmer and I'm an excellent driver. This is
just
going to be
put
just
it in
fine.
neutral and coast, and then let Boost handle all the shit.
STUX, I saw Lark today.
What?
I didn't want to say anything. It was probably nothing, but don't do this to me today.
No. Oh my gosh. Where did you see them?
They were and the running, and that's why I
Do you
screwed
have
up when
anything
I
that
was
keeps
trying
your
to-
location in any of your mods?
No?
Well, what about your assistant? Yeah, we can go into your assistant. We can see what the timestamp was.
Racers on the line.
Okay, fine. Just don't go into that water.
Yeah,
Don't
of
do
course
it.
not. I love
Win.
you.
Also, win.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. So
Great pep talk, Winger.
so the Valkyries go. One of them has a skill of 9, and CC has a skill of 13.
Ooh.
So
We're a little outmatched, you guys. Do bad guys have luck?
I think they do,
Fuck.
but I'm probably not going to use it.
Okay.
So CC is going to declare a roll of 20, and Flipper is going to do a roll of 10. So CC goes first. Flipper succeeds. CC does not. So that means that you are. So they have 1 speed right now. Boost and STUX, what are you doing?
I would like to just go for a 10.
Okay.
I will try for a 15.
Okay. Roll it.
Yes. I got a 10. Wait,
Nice.
that's I got a 12. I got a 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
All right. So Boost is at 2, and STUX and Flipper are at 1, and then CC is actually pulling up behind, as you know, there's a screech of tires and a roar of engines as everything rushes forward. So that means that CC is going to try for that 20 again. And she is going to spend some of her luck this time. So now she's at the 2. And Flipper's at the 2. So they right now they are neck and neck with you, Boost. And STUX, you are behind at 1. So you get to make the declaration first here.
I'm just gonna keep with 10.
Okay.
You know what? No. I'm gonna do 15. I'm gonna do 15. We're this is gonna I'm gonna make sure this is gonna happen. We're gonna do this. It'll be perfectly fine. Yeah.
You got it. You got this.
Whoa, adding is that's a 15.
Go off,
All
my
right.
liege.
You're at a 3.
Okay.
Boost.
I will stick with 15.
Okay. So that's going to put you to 4 if you do it.
Well, I just rolled a 10. So am I exploding that?
Yeah.
Fork, yeah.
That was 30.
Oh,
All right. So you're at a 4 if you choose because you popped. I will give you the option to either extend your lead by 1 now or get a free break once you've gone past the finish
I want to
line.
go with a free break.
Okay.
You call.
So you're at 4 now. Yes? I'm
I was
sure.
I was at 2. I was going for another 15 for another 2.
Okay. So this is the last stretch before the finish line for the acceleration part. So they're both going to go big and go for 20s here. Flipper actually gets it and CC does not.
Ooh.
STUX, what are you gonna do? I like that the lieutenant is turning into the leader of the gang. Like I'm gonna get my arm cut off. I'm not gonna get beat by this motherfucker.
I'm gonna go for 15 again.
Okay.
Yes, that is a 15. No,
Yeah.
that is a 16.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're all at 4.
I'm going
Ooh.
to spend 6 luck and try for 20.
Well, I think that's.
Okay.
I think that puts me at 5 because I was at 3 before.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
roll a
that-
5, 15. Yeah, I got 21.
Okay.
Nice.
So that puts you at 6, and you are going to spend your thing to break to 5. So you got 2 basically rolls to split up how you want to break. Like if you want to hit the brakes like right now and get rid of everything, that's going to be a 30. So that's 10 plus 5 for each thing. So Boost, let's start with you. How much you want to decelerate on this first one?
I'm going to try for, so if I do 15 and 15, that should work.
Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to throw in one. You need to do a 20 in there. So like a 20 and a 15.
Okay, then I'm going to spend 2 luck and try for a 20.
Okay. Just so you're aware, Ethan, you can spend luck after your rolls.
Well, I
And
just rolled a 1, so.
Oh, no.
Oh no, are we walking back to the almost?
You might be. Because I now rolled a 10 on that one.
Oh no.
Are you serious?
I am serious. I didn't go negative,
Top.
but
The negative?
How much? So where are you at right now? Like what
I'm
is
at
your
3.
okay?
My God.
So
You're a pirate now.
so you can also bleed that off by subtracting that from your SDP.
100%.
Okay. Because that basically means you're like So what happens is you hit the brakes and you basically fishtail into one of the containers that's set up, along the middle, and just grind it like you're playing Tony Hawk Rhinestone Skater, as bits and pieces and sparks shoot out from behind you. Let's see how the ladies do. They're also going to go for 20s. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to tell if the oh no's for us or for him.
Oh.
Yep.
I assumed.
So CC makes her break roll. Flipper, on the other hand, does not and rolled a 1.
Nice.
Which means she goes I think she skids, her wheel goes out from underneath her, and it and the bike, however, into the Night City Bay.
That's thematically appropriate. You guys ever see that dolphin movie?
Oh man.
I did see that one. Yes, yeah. It was something.
The
STUX.
dolphin.
STUX, you're up.
Sorry, I'm lost on the dolphin. Okay. I'm gonna try for at least 15.
Okay.
Scary. Not gonna lie.
Get it. Come on, STUX.
Everybody pray for me.
STUX, you're our band. If you can't do it, no one can.
Uh-oh. Is that a good or a bad okay?
That's okay. It's a 15.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You are at the drink here. So boost 15 to hit here.
Okay. I might actually be able to do that.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
Nice.
Woo.
I thought you were going to say 7 for a second there.
So that basically, you have like 2 feet before the front of the Firefly goes off of the edge. So plenty of room.
Plenty.
And CC is able to bring her bike to a stop, and she immediately drops it and runs back towards to Flipper to check on her. Now you've got to hit a 20 there, young STUX.
But I still have damage on the bike that I can take at least, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, I was legit about to cry a little.
Don't, you'll mess up your eye makeup.
Oh, dude, this is not going anywhere. Trust me. That is an 11.
Okay. So that means you need to spend 9 damage on the Groundhog Scout bike.
Do I have that? I
Yeah, you
Yes.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's less than half damage, so it's not even necessarily
Ooh, okay.
severe, but I do want you to tell me what part of it you break.
It's a motorcycle.
It's a
monobike.
A monobike. So it's basically
Okay.
you're sitting inside the tire.
Oh, okay. The mirrors are gone, both of them, because I just went back
Why
and
is it
forth.
always the mirrors, you guys? What is it with y'all and mirrors?
It's very
Because it's important, but it's
important.
Also not.
that or I blew the clutch. I blew the clutch.
Yeah,
The clutch
I think
is
that
just
makes
gone.
more sense.
Yeah.
Makes more sense. All right. So as the Firefly and the Groundhog come to a stop, the crowd goes wild, and jazz hands apparently, and Pocket Mike activates. He's basically got a a speaker in his like a cyber jaw. Yeah. And says, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to keep this party going, follow me to what the hell is that place called again?
The Alamo Slow.
The Alamo Slow for the Walk the Plank after party featuring Jack Pulse.
There it is.
Ow, ow.
And we cut to.
Did we win?
I think Winger goes running up and like picks up STUX and like throws her over his shoulder. Like, let's party.
Well,
Give Boost a nice big punch on the shoulder that does nothing, but
No,
cool.
but like seriously, did we win?
I'm telling you that I'm punching you because you don't actually feel this. Yeah.
But we won, right?
Yes, STUX. Yes, we won.
Okay. That was stressful.
It was very stressful, yeah.
It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday.
Oh, you're fired.
And
9 o'clock on a
No.
Saturday.
There's about 280 people
Hey, we'll
in
take
the
280.
club as they start. You hear them chanting, "Let's go, Jack Pulse! Let's go, Jack Pulse!" And Jack is, he's doing the thing where he's, what's he doing? Oh, he's reliving all the moments of his life that brought him here.
Oh, Rob,
I-
STUX would like to encourage the crowd by having the lights go, "Let's go, Jack Pulse!" Boom, 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 boom.
Okay,
Nice.
give me an interface roll there.
Okay.
Target is going to be 10.
Oh, it'll be. Yeah, that's gonna be over a 10.
Okay. There's a thing called complementary skills where if you basically use one and then you can generate a skill bonus to help somebody else out. So because of what STUX was doing to amp up the crowd, I'm going to give Jack a +1 bonus to his upcoming performance roll here, or the charismatic impact, I believe. Correct. What do we got here? Is there? Do you have a performance or roll or something like that?
Let's see. My charismatic impact is 4, and I have a performance of play instrument, which is guitar, and that's 10.
Okay. So I think you're going to roll that with a +1.
The guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I'm going to give other people the option to, if they can come up with a way to assist you, they can attempt to roll their skill. Basically, if you make it, you're going to give them +1. If you fail it, you're going to give them a -1. So, but I'm going to give everybody an option to think about if they want to help, or if they're like, Tony's got this.
Fredo's into help. I'm gonna keep an eye and ear on the crowd, and if I see any place like starting to get like low energy or something, I'm gonna send like a couple, like a round of shots over, or like maybe like a quick like chick that I see around, be like, hey, like you guys like would like it over there, right? It's
Go
a
sit
little
on
bit
some
closer."
laps, honey. Come on.
Yeah, let's do a turnaround. Like I just directing people and like seeing if people are flagging.
So go ahead and give me a perception roll, Amaretto.
Human perception?
No, just perception.
Damn it. I mean, I'm not bad at that either.
I mean,
so let me
not
double
to
check.
be fair, like I feel like a human perception would be a good one on that if she's trying to read the
but
crowd.
I'm doing something a little different here.
All right, fine.
Okay, so that I'm using my my Apple Sung
Mm-hmm.
stuff to like check that out. So it's +12. 6 + 12 is 18.
So as you are scanning the crowd, looking for that low energy thing, make sure to boost that energy, because he'll sit on some laps, Your Apple Sung pings with a person that it recognizes. In the crowd is Hojo Kana, who is pinged as an Arasaka executive for the Housing Resources Division.
Should I go rough him up? I could do that. That would help, right?
We don't want to interrupt his set, but
I can start a mosh pit.
a mosh pit wouldn't be bad.
Well, so
People like that have bodyguards.
Oh, that's true.
I could take any bodyguard they send at me.
No fight. No fight.
Outside. Kana is dressed in a traditional women's kimono, and she has probably a cyber eye, but the connected sort of face piece over the forehead is intricately carved, sort of gold porcelain style, and she's basically sitting at a table, which you're pretty sure whatever security that has been that STUX pointed out probably cleared it for her, just with her hands patiently waiting on the table.
Mosh pit?
Well, it's on top of a table. I'll go chat real quick. I make my way over. Is it traditional Japanese?
Yes.
Hojo last name?
Hojo's the last name.
Yeah, first name. Hojo-san, welcome to the Alamo Slow. Didn't know we were going to get such illustrious company tonight.
Are you the owner here?
No, unfortunately, I don't have the pleasure, but the owner is a little bit busy with drinks and don't want to interrupt business. So I don't think there'd be a problem with me chatting if you're here to speak to him. Hen's a close friend.
Yes. My associates have had some interactions with him, but I must say I was not expecting him to sign one of my favorite musicians to a show here.
Yes, he also is a big fan of Jack. But you know, Pulse is, he's a player, you know? He really likes to touch on different places, and Hen's got some connections.
Well, I hope he does well tonight. I have some important business to attend to in the morning, and I think that a good performance will put me in a proper mood for negotiation.
What kind of feel am I getting from Harab? Is she like subtly being like negotiating for this lot, or just sort of hanging out?
Do you have human perception?
Oh, you know, let me check. I think I do. I think I do.
Roll it.
Okay. Oh God, which die? I'll do this one.
Can we also assume you set up some kind of like hand signal to tell me to start a mosh pit if I need to?
I will ping you.
You will get a murder text, Winger. It's okay. Oh.
Oh no, that looks like a one. Oh no, that looks like a one. That was a one face.
One second. You know, memento. So
do you roll the same dice or a different dice for the negative?
Oh boy.
I rolled a different one last time and it failed me horribly. So
I rolled the same.
I guess the question is, do you want to spread the taint out, or do you just want to concentrate it in the one cursed artifact?
So you add the one to your thing, right? So this is now an 11 because I got a -4.
Okay.
that's not the worst.
You like you understand why this lady is an Arasaka executive, because you like reading people is one of your this is a skill that you have, and you feel like you are sitting this you feel like this is the first time you've ever played poker, and you are sitting next to a world poker tour like champ, because you have like you can't get a read on how she's feeling right now.
Do you have a song preference? I can always run it up to Jack.
Bicycle kick, bitch.
Well, I am a fan of Bicycle Kick, bitch. I think I would like to hear Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire. Not a bad choice. All about thinking of the best way to put this. And if this is incorrect, Jack, would this be a good song that's maybe about not kicking the little man when he's down?
Is this not Johnny Cash?
No, she's talking about the Johnny Cash song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that song is.
Yes, you do. Oh my God.
I
Joy,
know
you need to fix
something burning Ring of fire, but I don't know what this song is about because I don't.
I apologize to all our listeners.
It's about love. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about love.
So it's a song about love.
Yeah.
Well, it's a country song about love, given Jack's disdain of performing country songs.
Would he make an exception for like a classic like Johnny Cash, though?
All right.
Well, you're going to be the one who talks to him about it.
Here is some schooling. Can I be meta on this for just like 5 seconds?
Sure. I don't want to be. I think you can just have this as STUX knowledge, because I think it's interesting that she might be a country fan, like out of all this, unicorn.
Well, you don't even have to be a country fan.
So as I get up, I signal for a drink for Hojo-san, and I give her a wink, and I head towards the stage, and I click on, and I'm like, STUX, what the hell is Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash? I know the chorus, and that's it.
First off, it's a great song. Absolutely classic. If he doesn't want to do country, because everybody knows that Jack Pulse doesn't do country, he can also do the cover done by Social Distortion. A very good cover of the song, but still has a rock thing to it. So in that way, it will make Jack happy. It'll probably make the executive happy. It'll make everybody in the crowd happy, because everybody knows that's a great friggin' cover of that great friggin' song. In fact, he could start it out Johnny Cash and then go a little more punk with Social Distortion.
STUX.
You want me to talk to him?
You're a genius. And yes, please.
10-4. Jack!
All right. They're ready for you. We cut to on stage. How do you feel? I want you to, do you want to drive here and describe the scene as you come back on stage in front of a live crowd for the first time in probably a decade?
Yeah, I think when I go on stage and I hear the roar of the crowd, it's almost as if I'm being transported, I guess is the word, but I feel like he's kind of like leaving behind the facade of Jack Pulse, and this is like really the Jack Pulse that like is like the rocker boy is coming out now. Like, instead of just being a goofball who's like trying to get back on, this is like the legend that everybody refers to or thinks of when they think of Jack Pulse. Like, it's kind of like another entity taking over in his own mind. I'm not saying that's like
no. Like, you feel the years melt away as you kind of feel for the calluses on your hands and look down at this guitar that you've had, the same guitar that you've had for 15 years, and you check back at the backing band. They look to you, and go ahead and make that performance roll.
Okay. Oh, fairy magic or Atlantis?
Fairy magic.
Fairy magic. I have that same dice set, and it did me very well earlier this afternoon.
I add a 1 to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I got a 13.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. You all are to blame. for choosing.
Yeah, that's
It was
fair.
not a 1.
Do you have any
was
luck?
Not a
To,
one.
That's what I was worried about.
do you have any luck to spend?
Oh, I have all my luck.
Look it.
Dude,
Luck that
look
shit.
that up.
Luck that shit.
What happens
Luck
if I
that
use
shit?
all my luck?
Then you
You
do really
get it
well.
back
Lucky
Get it back
time?
next week.
Yeah, like it,
Yeah.
No, I know, but what I mean, like, does this like become miraculous, or is it like nothing happens?
how much luck would that be? Like, what is your luck stat?
My luck is drumroll 10.
Ooh,
So it would be 23.
Ooh.
luck that shit.
So, pulse, the hand goes up and it comes back down, and we are in a different time. We are in a different place. We are in a shitty little one-person Japanese style loft apartment with sunlight filtering in through a dirty window, and the hand strums the guitar, but the guitar is new, and the voice we hear is familiar, but it's uncluttered by years of failure or distrust, betrayal. And we see Jack Pulse as a young man playing his guitar for the woman that he loves, sitting on the tatami mat across from him, Hojo-san, before her intricate porcelain cyberware installed by the Arasaka Corporation. And she is smiling widely as he sings. We don't actually hear the song that he's singing. We just see that they are both happy and in love. And then he finishes, and she claps excitedly. Jack, that was beautiful.
I wrote it for you.
Is every song going to be like that?
As long as you're in my life, yes. I've never felt this way about anybody before.
I'm only going to be gone a week. I have to go to this stupid corporate training, and then you and I can just lay around, and we'll order out every day.
Yeah. No, I get it. You do what you need to do. I'll always be here. No matter where you go or what you do, I'll always be home. When you get home, I'll be here.
I know, baby. And then the final shot is of Hojo as she in the modern day opens the door, gets in her limo, and sits down. And sitting next to her is Yasuke. How was the show, ma'am? Unforgettable, she says, as the limo pulls off into Night City.
Oh, Sarah.
And that is where we end our tale of the Sunnaku Blues. If you want to stick around and listen to us maybe cry it out a little bit, and spend some experience or gain some experience, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, we will see you for our next story in Cyberpunk Red very soon. For all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players, we are
Tawny P. Thompson.
Tony Cheek.
Ethan Ixon Anderson.
Jordan Fishburne.
The sobbing mess, Sarah Babe.
and as always, our Lord of the Board,
Brad Davies.
from all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players, we'd like to thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Wear your masks, wash your hands, Black Lives Matter, and repeat to yourself, it's only just a game. Yes, even you, Sarah, it's only just a game. We should really just relax. And welcome back to the Chop Shop, which is where we talk about the game afterwards. I think it's important to have these moments where we talk about the game and, you know, what happened. Like, I think a lot of people kind of have the ending and then they are like, okay, well, let's pack up our dice and blah, 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 blah. So what I'd like to talk a little bit about my experience because this game
broke the game again.
Well, this game is a perfect example of not going the way that the game master had envisioned it, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's great because the players are telling the story that they want to tell, and the game master is there to support it. Like, there are some game masters who really strive on an adversarial relationship of like, well, I'm going to kill those bastards, and that's not how I play. And I'm not saying like that's a style choice, and that's not my style choice. In this case, the players we still hit many of the story points that I wanted to, but they opted for a clearly emotional ending as opposed to a super cool cybernetic gunfight. And both of those are great options, but it made more sense to me. Like, I think it makes more sense for our story to talk about developing Jack's character over a shootout in a cowboy tiki bar. So we rolled with it, and I think that created a great character moment at the end, and also deepened the audience's understanding of the character. So what I'm saying is this: don't when presented with these challenges, try to work together to tell that story, as opposed to being rigid and being like, well, I wrote this dungeon, dang it, and we're going to use it. And you can use that stuff later. Like, once you've done that prep is done. I will this one I will tip my hand on. I had originally envisioned a race going down between the Valkyries and Boost in our pilot for the Silverhand Gibson. That didn't happen, but I still had that prep ready, and it was ready to go for Walk the Plank. So that I'm very happy with how the story went, even if it wasn't a like action-packed, top of the train fist fight episode. But that also means that for next session, I will definitely be looking at that as a story element of, okay, we've had one session. This last session was really emotional and really character development-y. What's the next story that we can tell that's going to have more ass kicking and stuff like that? And I have something in mind, but for all I know, everybody, I'll throw that pitch out there, and they're going to be like, "We're going to start a puppy farm," and then that'll be it.
Let's hear both sides of the story, you guys.
We have gloodles on.
Yeah,
lock.
I'm like, we didn't mention any gloodles.
We got that shit on lock.
We didn't mention Dolly Parton.
Aha episode.
Ooh, Dolly Parton though.
Dolly Parton and gloodles.
Dolly Parton, gloodles, COVID vaccine.
So when they uploaded Dolly Parton's consciousness, did they download it into a gloodle?
Oh, she'd make a great gloodle.
She would
spoilers
be a
right
great
now?
gloodle.
Well, I mean, hey, this is you stick for the end. Well,
Okay.
so rather than go through like the hard numbers of experience points and things like that, I guess I wanted to have everybody go around and take a brief moment and say like what you're interested in developing with your character, both in a story sense and in a mechanical sense. So why don't we do that?
I can start. So oddly enough, I think I would develop Winger's social skills a little bit. That seems to be what I've been using a little bit more often, just because like that's what we've been going towards with our game.
But also, Tawny, you tend to play these like characters that are very focused on punching, and then you're like, I'm going to talk my way out of it, and it's like,
it usually doesn't work. But like my talking skills are medium okay in this game.
Okay.
So you know, some of the persuasion type things I think would be good for Winger. So
who wants to go next?
I will. So I definitely want to, like, in terms of the character, I feel like he's wanting to become a famous rocker boy again, but for the wrong reasons. And I think over time, I want him to kind of remember, as he's like getting his band back together, remember why he wanted to do this in the first place. So, like, for example, I think that my tech is really low. So I think maybe he's always had guys who handled like his guitars and redoing his strings and doing the sound and all that stuff. And I think that now that it's left to him, he's actually taking pride in the fact that it's him doing it rather than somebody else. So I think I want to up his tech eventually.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
I think STUX kind of wants to, like, she's good at the tech stuff, but how do I like up my interface?
That's a role skill.
Okay.
So it's a different kind of it's a different experience track. Like you can do it. It's just a different experience track than like the other skills.
All right. I think like
I feel like after your race you definitely should get like a point in driving skills.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I definitely want to do like a little bit of the driving just to like have that
a backup in case.
Yeah. Right, because I mean it makes sense, I guess. And I think I kind of want to work on like some first aid stuff maybe.
Okay.
To kind of like, because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, man, I could have fallen off that wharf. Man, all these people could have gotten really hurt. Oh, what would I do? And I think it'd be kind of like interesting to maybe explore like STUX's relationship with Lark. And like maybe why, you know, STUX is super excited about Lark and like all that fun stuff, and like maybe introduce a couple more ex-boyfriends because that's funny.
All right.
I do like STUX's ex-boyfriends. They're fun to punch.
Right. Like I think it's just great.
I was going to recognizable. She looks like STUX, and STUX really memorable around town.
I was going to say you seem to like STUX's ex-boyfriends like a hungry man like steaks. So
yes, yeah.
All right,
I like the idea that maybe STUX has always had really shitty relationships.
Oh
so
yeah,
like...
yeah, which oh geez, as I'm like knocking over my table. I think like because I think like I think STUX looks at Winger and Lark as like, I need to have a relationship like that.
So you keep grabbing.
I like it.
Right. I'm like, where's Lark? You need to be happy again. Like, I think it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm living vicariously through you.
It's kind of a weird version of the old bit of like, well, my oldest sister has to get married,
right?
So and I can't get married until that happens,
right?
So.
Yeah, it's more of a, I want to make sure that they're happy first.
Yeah,
cool,
I like
cool.
That.
All right, who's next?
I'll jump in. I guess I want to kind of level up more of my in-city stuff. Right now, almost all the skills I have is for wilderness and tracking and that kind of stuff. And so now that I'm hanging out in the inner city, basically, I want to start learning more about that.
It is the weird sort of nomad paradox of like, you know, it's kind of that ranger thing of like, well, great, all my stuff is nature and animals and shit, and I'm stuck in the dungeon all day. What am I supposed to do here? Like, so yeah, that's a valid way to go too.
Question is shoot things.
Yeah.
Solid approach. And I think Amaretto, like her underlying goal as a character is kind of to get enough influence to not not necessarily have to worry about get more influence. Like she wants to be at the level from when the people that were able to reach down and lift her up, that she'll have that power whenever she wants to use it without having to weigh what harm that's going to cause her, right? Like she'll have the ability to do that. So I think like she's kind of gunning for a bit of notoriety in terms of what, like she'll be known around town, like that kind of thing. Currently my social stuff isn't crap. So I don't think like gunning to push more into that would probably be the best option. So maybe going a little bit more into like tactics and that kind of stuff, or things that could give her a leg up in getting ahead of people more.
It's really interesting just listening to everybody talking about how they really kind of want to make their character more well-rounded, as opposed to like, I want to be the super ninja of my particular thing. And I think that speaks particular to this system because it is such a broad system with a lot of different skills. But I also think that that's the stuff that differentiates your character from the typical character. So like, you know, you're playing a solo, but you don't necessarily want to, but your solo is going to be different from, you know, somebody else's solo, and your nomad is going to be different from somebody else because of the broader stuff that you tackle. So we're going to work on the math on that off screen. But we like to thank you all for watching us tell our story here. And we hope that we will see you again soon for the third episode of our 4 episode season of Cyberpunk Red. So from all of us here, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Good night, everybody. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.